Yo, yo.
About to fuck some people up.
Nice shot.
I'm backing up to main. You guys are
Okay,
ready.
so you did fine there, except you kind of forgot about your threats. So not even just Genji, you forgot about even like Widow. Like as far as you know, they still have a Widow who is very easily going to come back and kill you. She knows exactly where you're standing. Their team is calling it out, everything, and she walks out right here and headshots you, and that's it. And this entire time you were in danger of that happening because Ana still just focused. Lucio. And so because of that, we lost all sense of awareness while we were going for those shots. Nice shots, nice kill on the Widow, nice kill on the Ana, but losing awareness got us killed there. Because we should have been thinking about who's going to be coming for us. We should have been rotating. We were actually one of the most forward people on our team there, because our team had pretty much fallen back.
I can't heal you there. I can't heal you there, bro.
He has a good point. Super common. Widows do it all the time. They fall away from their team when they're trying to avoid some sort of dive. When they need to go towards their team, if anything.
He's one, dude. I have a wood on the back.
So you won this duel on skill and skill only. But think about where you're standing. You have no cover, and they have all the cover. Just by definition of corners, whoever is closer to a corner can decide when and where the duel starts. So if your enemy is here and you are here, they have complete control over when the duel starts. They can pull out of the duel. They can grapple far to the side to do the duel from a different spot and cover. They can sit here and wait and slowly peek until they can finally take a shot. Where you are hopeless. You are just standing here, scoping down, hoping, maybe strafing, maybe crouching, which is not going to save you from a skilled Widow. Maybe you'll make them miss like one shot. Hoping and praying that you outshoot them. But that's what I'm saying. You won this fight on skill alone, but because of this corner and because of how you just didn't respect this corner, that Widow should have dominated you. And it's clear that you are a better Widow, at least right now, from what we've seen so far. But you played that really bad because as you continue to climb, and this might be kind of why you feel like you've stagnated, as you continue to climb, you will lose that duel. Just on the fact that you didn't take any cover. And then the sights is kind of the same thing, almost the exact same thing. The best thing to do as a Widow on defense is to use your sights to cancel out the other Widow's sights. So you pop it at the same time, and that means their Widow sights are essentially useless. You're still not behind cover at all. You know she knows where you are. You know she's jump shotting. She sucks, and that's the only reason you're alive. If you're going against better Widows, you're dead. And being low master, maybe you're lucky this game. Maybe her Widow is on par for a Diamond Widow. But as you start to climb mid-master, high master, and you start going against Grandmaster Widows, Widows who are definitely not Diamond, you're going to get absolutely dominated just based off your position. No cover. And then like I was saying with the sights, you've now given that other Widow free sights, and on attack, sights are much more valuable than on defense.
Oh wow, he killed them. My bad.
Like here, we almost got surprised by the Hanzo simply because we're not hitting tab.
Love you guys.
Gotta hit tab so we know what they've switched to. What if suddenly a Sombra was shooting in the back? That's 100% your fault because you haven't hit tab, except for when you died.
Reloading. I'm dead.
So ideally, you would just run here and not
Okay, that's a
stagger.
good hold.
Yep.
Hey, he's got. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't understand why you did that. And you did kind of the same thing on point A. So think about where you are right now. And maybe it's because you haven't hit tab, but you've shot at the Roadhog, so you should have realized that they had Roadhog. You can see Roadhogs here. You know you don't even have a shield in front of you to kind of take the Roadhog's attention or stop his positioning, so you know he can push up as far as he wants, basically unthreatened. And yet you take this high ground here, and I don't even believe that you know where the Hanzo is, and you're within dash distance of their Genji, and so you got yourself killed there. And even if it wasn't the Roadhog, it would have been the Genji going for you, and if it wasn't the Genji, it would have been the fact that you don't know where the Hanzo is. You put yourself in a risky position that sure made it good. It was a great spot to hit shots, but it wasn't a great spot to do anything else. And then again, think about where you're popping sights. And I'm not trying to be too rough on you, but, you know, if you're going to play at a Masters level and you want to continue growing in Masters, you have to start thinking about these micro things. So you pop sights here when your team is down 3. Sights already isn't like the most valuable alt as far as like turning a team fight. But so you know you're dead. You're not back yet. And there you go. There's the other 2 kills. So your team is probably going to die shortly after because it's both heals. And if they don't die shortly after, they have to play safer no matter what. Is seeing where these couple enemies are really changing anything for them? No. But is not being able to have sights on your defense when you're coming up there, is that changing something for you? Yes. That could very well be kills that you can't get now because you don't know where they are. Or that could be flanking that's going to happen to you that you don't know where they are. And then look at that. Your team died right after, and now your sights just ended. So your sights did nothing. 100% a wasted ult.
Genji's one.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You played Widow, where like a McCree or a Hanzo or even a soldier would play. You sat behind your shield thinking that you were like shield break or something. That's not what you are. You're a sniper. You play far back, you play high grounds, so you can see where the enemies are. But when you're playing next to your shield, you're probably going to get flanked. You're going to get picked.
Dude, they're one. Reinhardt is escorted. He's one.
Made hog pop ult for just one person.
I know you're scoped down on the hog here this whole time, but if you listen to the audio in your headphones here, you can hear that the Rhine is behind, still getting damage and alt charge on someone on your team. And even your team calls out that they're Discord, so please turn around and shoot this Rhine real quick.
He's one.
You can hear him throwing a fire strike, you can hear him walking.
On payload. He's using self heal right now.
And there you go, Ryan finally died. So nice. We've now hit tab, I think, 3 times this whole game, where we probably should have hit tab 3 times just on this 3rd point. Nice.
Behind us.
This is one.
Hanzo's discorded.
You got to think about a couple of shots you took. You took them so fast when your enemies were there that even if you would have hit them, you weren't high enough charge for it to actually matter yet. It would have literally just been contributing like a tiny bit to your ult, if anything. So you should have slowed down, thought about who you're shooting, and shot those shots at them for real. Now that you're playing at a master's level and above a master's level, you got to start thinking about not being repetitive or doing the same thing each time, because you positioned yourself in the exact same spot and then tried to kill the Genji the exact same way, just waiting until he had used his cooldown and then headshotting him. If that Genji had fallen for that twice, then he just sucks.
Ryan weak as fuck, Ryan weak as fuck, Ryan weak as fuck.
Dude, Ryan.
Kind of tunnel visioned again on another target that it wasn't that you weren't killing them, but even if you killed them, you dying was more important because this is like a last second stagger. And so got to be really careful with some of the tunnel vision stuff, especially like on a hero like Hanzo. Like your sights aren't even like restricted like they are on like a Widow.
You ever seen the course Doomfist, bro? Never show you my skills. Yeah, I'm switching.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you even want to be there. The payload is so far back, your team's not going to leave it. You're just going to get back capped. And then you know that they have Hanzo and a Genji, so they're going to win the DPS fight against you as far as like close up goes. I don't know why you even went there at all.
What the fuck?
It was too late to get like an early pick if that was your goal. So I just don't understand that.
I'm here.
It's been more than 15 seconds. Do you know exactly what comp they're running? Even if you do, does it hurt you to press tab real fast to make sure that you have 100% accuracy? To make sure that there isn't another Widow? To make sure that there isn't a Sombra? To know what healers are going to be easiest for you to pick? It's such an easy way to make sure you're winning the information game, and you're not doing it. And there, again, it's the same thing that we talked about charge rates. You gotta make sure your charge is high enough before you shoot.
Hang on, wait, I can answer it. Oh no. Swing.
Move the payload. What's an aimbot?
Healing enough. My ultimate is almost ready.
I 1v1 that Hanzo, man. Yo, heal me up.
The payload has reached.
Yo, aim. Yo, do your Ana impression of Bronze Anas.
Is he above? On the hook. I'm gonna right hall here, on bottom. He's right here. He's literally. I'm gonna stun him. Also, on T.
Up top, Genji up top.
Genji above us. I'm gonna push him. Hanzo above us as well. Genji weak. Genji come for our Widow.
Cool, so we almost got super greedy there, which almost killed us. We got the Hanzo kill, and then if no one's looking at us or anything, sure, go for a headshot on Ana. But when we turn and we see that that Ana can see us, just drop back down. Keep it a 6v5. Don't let your greed make it a 5v5 when you just got a nice kill.
Ryan's one.
And now Hanzo got another kill. Like, if you would have just dropped down, been safe, been alive to threaten that Hanzo again, it could be a 6v4 now.
We win these.
I'm trying. Yo, Ryan, what?
Alright, come on, back up, back up, back up, back up. No.
You're 3 on. I'll stun anyone that comes out right door. Watch left door, watch, I'll stun.
No, they're not contesting. You are healed, nigga.
Hanzo's weak above.
So why would you not just grab that right high ground here instead of going to get farmed? Hanzo watched you go that way. I don't get it. Here, I don't understand the last... everything from here on. You don't have the cover that you need. It's nice that you are at least finally closer to the corner, but not when you could so easily... Not when you could so easily grapple over here. It's a nice position to hold. It allows you to fall back to the mini if you're getting dove. It allows you to stick your Venom Mine on the corner right here, which can literally take a shot for you or stop the Genji from diving you. It allows you to see the entirety of this if you peek out, like if your Hanzo threat is dead, so you can take shots at your enemies. It allows you to have an easy transition to the fidget spinner, and it allows you to use 2 corners, really this corner. It allows you to use this corner to continually take shots onto the fidget spinner to where Hanzo is, because then he'll be generally forced to play back here. And so one of 2 things, either 1, he'll be peeking out this side to shoot you, or 2, he'll be on this side and your team cart and stuff is still over here, so he can't hit them. So you've essentially nullified that threat. Instead, you went for some fancy flank route when you know they have a Genji and a Hanzo who can both easily kill you. Went down here, and there's no way that should end besides you dying. That's what should happen there.
Hanzo's weak above.
Hanzo watched you fall, like watched you miss that jump. I don't know why you'd keep going.
Genji's on me on cart. I need help. Oh, the whole team is. What the fuck?
Hanzo 1, Hanzo 1.
What's an aimbot?
Let's keep this moving.
Move the payload.
I mean, luckily your team carried there, but like you didn't contribute anything to that, unfortunately. If you think you're going to be standing in a spot, good, you kind of did it here, for an extended amount of time like you were on that fidget spinner, that last second kind of stall situation, make sure you throw a Venom Mine on your feet. You're not going to immediately need it. It's not going to usually get some like crazy kill on some sort of flank. Like, just throw it on the ground. It can at least help you, and you'll be having a better time. And it's not even like you're wasting a cooldown.
One shot. One kill.
well.
Get the
for that
shield
one,
down, get the
guess.
shield down, and I can probably sleep him.
Hog no hook.
Oh boy.
You've been there way too long now.
Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up.
We can swap dead here.
You've put yourself in a position where you can't really be useful except for waiting for a flank. But okay, now you got your flank, but you're down too.
I slept
So
somebody.
even if you killed that Bastion there, it wasn't going to matter. You didn't have a single tank alive still. Now playing Widow against a Bastion can be very difficult, but the proper way to do it is sit far back, threaten anyone who's outside of the shield. You can even try and flank if you have teammates that are going to be able to follow up. But staying in a front line and playing the way like a soldier would just makes you a
Be able to block it, okay?
more useless soldier.
Try and just maintain high ground. We don't engage until they like come under us. Maybe y'all can sneak right over to that right area. Everybody. Sneak right. Okay, okay. We're gonna drop.
You don't need to let them know you're there. Just storm arrow the Bastion and call it a day.
Go now, go now, go now, go now, go now.
That's if there's people that are anti.
Literally like your storm arrow and like your Moira damage orb can be enough to kill the Bastion and call it a day. Instead you were kind of taking random pot shots there.
Mercy. Okay, okay. Yo. Except for Hog.
Yo, yo, yo,
Charge,
go,
charge,
go, 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 go. Eat his ass.
Bastion's walking back. Just hold right here for a second. I'll go right. I can sleep him. Hog anti. I need help. And a one. And a one. Genji above it. Metro
Oh,
power.
you ain't dying, bastard. You are not dying, dude.
He's
Yo,
left.
yo,
Can
just
we
kill
look
him.
at this
Fucking
guy?
kill him.
3,
Go, go, go,
2.
go, go.
If you were planning to do that, why would you not deploy to try and kill him? Otherwise, why would you wake him up? Your shots were kind of just useless there. I don't think I'm going to go over your Bastion because it's so different than what you've been playing the rest of the game. And it's really just because you guys are trying to cheese this and call it a day. But definitely between the Widow and the Hanzo have some stuff to work on. Definitely want to focus on making sure you're not just taking like crazy positions that are going to get you killed, because you did that so many times. Press tab more so you know what your enemy is running. Maybe even consider communicating. That will definitely help you climb. If you can call stuff like Genji is being a real problem, you can call stuff like X, Y, and Z is flanking. But really, like, the number one thing right now for you would be to start focusing on your positioning. Stop taking these like random positions. Don't go for flanks when people have seen you. If you want to stagger someone or you're trying to get in like an early kill, don't commit to it too late. Either commit to it and do it, or don't do it at all, because it's just going to get you killed. And then especially focus on your alt usage. Like, I mean, multiple of your alts were just totally wasted. Sights isn't an alt that's going to change a 1v6 to you guys won the fight. But it is an alt that can literally stop a push for 15 seconds because they know if their Pharah peeks, she instantly gets melted or something like that. And so definitely want to save it for useful situations and then use it in those useful situations, not just throw it randomly or throw it while you're walking back, because it's not going to help anyone. And really, between focusing on those things, maybe get a VOD review after you've improved those, but those things are enough for you to climb right now.